All right, now I want to just ask you real briefly, because I want to bring in someone in just a moment who disagrees with Dr. Corsi, someone who knows Julian Assange. But first, I just want to get to what Roger Stone said, that Jerry Corsi is wrong, that Jerry Corsi is wrong about Roger Stone's intent, that Roger Stone never intended to cover anything up when he referenced the Podestas. Corsi, in that soundbite we played, says, well, Mueller has everything. Mueller has a lot of evidence, but which we know that, Larry. But what do you say to Roger Stone's claims that Dr. Corsi is wrong in the way he categorizes or classifies Roger Stone's intent in those communications?
First of all, John, Dr. Corsi, Jerry, as I know him, was not taking a position pro or con Roger Stone. What he was basically saying is this is a very simple indictment. You have to read it, and it hinges on documentation, and that Robert Mueller and his staff have all of that documentation. So it doesn't matter what anybody says. Jerry's just going to tell the truth. But all this spin that's coming out by Roger and others, it has nothing to do with this indictment. The indictment is about allegedly lying to Congress, the House Intel Committee, that you didn't have documents when you had documents and text messages. And the document is about allegedly threatening a witness, Randy Credico, physically, as well as his dog, which, is alleged to be witness tampering. So all of this is kind of smoke. It means nothing in terms of what Mueller has. And Roger should take it seriously. And I might add, Dr. Corsi has been the hero here. He actually sued Robert Mueller twice with criminal complaints, with civil complaints. I haven't seen Roger do that. Instead, he's attacking my client. He's defaming my client. And it's not fair because he stood up for the American people. He stood up for President Trump, and he's taken proactive action. And he's the one that turned down a plea agreement and risked all. And
All
what
right,
he's
Larry,
just saying,
let me bring in, I'm sorry, go ahead, finish your thought.
the facts are the facts. You can't change them.
All right, Larry, I want to bring in Gateway pundit reporter Cassandra Fairbanks. Now, Cassandra came out swinging at Jerome Corsi on Twitter today. I want to show the audience some of Cassandra's tweets. Cassandra, thanks for joining me. She wrote, quote, Dr. Jerome Corsi is a deranged old man who doesn't understand the first thing about WikiLeaks. Anyone who knows Julian, she means Julian Assange, know that he's nobody's, you see the word there. He would never, ever let someone tell him what to do. She then went on to tweet, quote, he releases things on his timeline, meaning Jerome Corsi, when he knows there will be max exposure. He always has. Plus, Julian is probably one of the most surveilled people on the planet. If he was talking to all these people through, and I'm sorry, I think she meant Julian Assange. I'll ask Cassandra at the top of the tweet. If he was talking to all these people through back channels, where are the logs and emails? Give me a break. Cassandra, again, thanks for being here. I couldn't hear you for a moment. My producer says the issue is resolved. You know Julian Assange personally. This is someone you communicate with, not presumably about any of these matters, but someone you know personally, and you have personal conversations with him. I want to get Larry's response, but first, why, as someone who knows Julian Assange, do you so aggressively doubt Jerome Corsi's version of events?
Well, Julian Assange doesn't take orders from anyone. He never has. And anybody who's ever met him or knows him knows that he is extremely stubborn and set in his ways. And I mean, I love this about him, but he doesn't take advice from people. He certainly doesn't take orders from anybody. There's so many things that Jerome Corsi has blatantly lied about. I mean, I confronted him last April in person about the fact that he was reporting false things about WikiLeaks. And he was using my reporting that he plagiarized in order to do so. The fact that anybody is taking him seriously at all makes me completely it makes me laugh. It's ridiculous.
All right, Larry, those are some pretty serious allegations. Now, obviously, we don't have Roger Stone here. We don't have Julian Assange here, and we don't have Dr. Jerome Corsi here to speak for themselves. But I do have Larry Klayman, who's Dr. Corsi's lawyer. Larry, what do you say to Cassandra's allegations?
First thing I say to Cassandra is I don't know her. I've never dealt with her. I haven't read any of her work, but she's just defamed Jerry Corsi. She's put herself at extreme legal liability and risk. And Dr. Corsi will bring defamation cases, and we could sort this out in court if she really wants to get to the bottom of it. Or she could go voluntarily.
Bring it on.
Robert
go
office.
for it, man.
But Cassandra, I'm going to give you a chance. We still have a lot of time left. Larry, I'm sorry. Go ahead, finish.
Cassandra, if I were you, I wouldn't be laughing, okay? I don't make idle threats, okay? And I'll tell you something. We'll let the court figure this out if we have to. But why don't you go to Robert Mueller's office and voluntarily agree to tell him everything you know. Why don't you go under oath with the special counsel's office? Dr. Corsi, to the best of my knowledge, has not lied. He's told the truth. And this is not even what the case is about. So it's basically just an issue to smear my client. The case is simple. Read the indictment. It has nothing to do with what you said.
Cassandra, your reply?
Okay, so first of all, it's hilarious, and please go ahead. But Dr. Corsi has made, or not doctor, whatever, Jerome Corsi has made several claims. He made 4 predictions, actually, regarding WikiLeaks. Right here, he claimed that there would be a release in October, which was the only one that was true. He claimed that there would be releases in August and September. Those were false. He claimed that the releases were going to be about the Clinton Foundation. Those were false. He claimed that there was going to be a release about Hillary's health. That was false. There was stuff about her health, but it came out in March 2016. And everything that he said was completely absurd. I mean, we're talking about somebody who had no even basic understanding of how WikiLeaks works. And you know what? The most important thing that everybody's missing here is that WikiLeaks had set the deadline to release the final email leak a week before the Friday when the Access Hollywood tape came out. And so the fact that they were, talking about needing him to release it is ridiculous because it was already scheduled to be released. And it's likely that the Access Hollywood tape was moved up in order to draw attention away from that, not the other way around.
All right, Larry, she makes some pretty specific, well, I should say she refutes some pretty specific items in the timeline.
Cassandra, when was the last time you talked to Roger Stone?
I haven't talked to Roger Stone recently, but I will be seeing him tomorrow most likely. I did go see Julian Assange on January 7th, and I also saw Julian on March 25th of last year, which was the same time that Jerome Corsi was claiming that he was in Sweden when he was not.
You're a friend of Roger's. Fine. Well, when did you meet with Julian Assange?
I met with Julian Assange on March 25th of last year, which is the same time that Jerome Corsi was claiming that he was in Sweden with his false reporting. He was not in Sweden. And I also met with him on January 7th of this year. I just visited him while I was in London. This is all very public. I wrote about it. You can go read about what happened when I visited on Gateway Pundit.
Here's what I think you ought to do. On the 4th floor of the courthouse in Washington,
D.C. I didn't take advice from you.
All right, fine. Go in there and
But Cassandra, I gave you time. Let Larry get his thoughts out, please.
Go under oath and tell the special counsel what you know, because under oath is a lot different than writing stuff on an internet blog. But I do take offense that you're defaming my client. I believe this is an effort to discredit him. He's never said he wanted to hurt Roger Stone in any way, but Roger's apparently afraid of the truth. Okay, but the indictment.
I don't care about Roger. I care about WikiLeaks, and he's made outrageous claims about WikiLeaks. So
he hasn't implicated WikiLeaks in anything. Okay, he has not. But it has nothing to do with the indictment. So I suggest you go back and read the indictment, because the bottom line is this: what Jerry said is accurate. The special counsel has all the documentation. It has all the information. It already knows what the facts are. This is a very simple indictment. It doesn't accuse Jerry Corsi of anything. Roger Stone is accused of tampering with a witness and making false statements. And I would think that Roger should spend his time defending that, and you should as well, rather than attacking my client for no reason, because my client's been the hero. He's the one who put his...
Your client raised money for a cancer patient based on false claims for somebody who didn't even exist. Please, he has no credibility.
He put his money where his mouth is. You have not. He has actually sued Mueller and his staff. He's actually filed criminal complaints. I don't see Roger Stone doing that. He'd rather go behind the scenes and use somebody like you to attack my client.
Cassandra, I'll give you the last word to that allegation.
I haven't talked to Roger at all. I care about WikiLeaks and I care about the truth. And Jerome Corsi has never even met the truth. I mean, go look at his reporting. It's a mess. It's outrageous that anybody, let alone Mueller, would take him seriously. This is a clown show.
All right, put your money where your mouth is and go under oath.
All right, Larry, Cassandra, thanks very much for the spirited debate. I want to have you both back as this story progresses.
Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more live breaking news coverage, exclusive interviews, and videos from Newsmax TV, click subscribe on our YouTube channel, and don't forget to download the free Newsmax TV app for alerts. Newsmax TV, it's real news for real people.